Hello everyone, welcome to today's stream. We're back with Pokemon, and sorry, it just takes a little dip when we switch scenes, but we're here now. Let me just do something quickly. Also, you'll hear that the theme of this area is a little bit different to normal. That's because the only musician that I spoke to was the, I guess, flautist. I think that's what he is. So yeah, I kind of like the way this one sounds, so we're gonna stick with it for a little while, I think. Oh yeah, we got a Jellicent last time. I forgot. So yeah, we're just doing more grinding, getting Berry up to a very high level. I have actually decided that we're going to get Berry to level 60 if we can. Just adjusting my microphone a little bit while these opening animations play. Let's do a Poison Fang, it should take you out. We're already almost at level 50, so it's not that bad. Wow. Okay. Swift. If we find an Ordinate, they'll probably use Heal Pulse, so it's all good. Yeah, not much there. And I do have the experience share on Yamask or Dio at the moment, so why can we go through here? What? I'm still struggling to understand. Still struggling to understand the architecture of this area, or the design of this area rather, the environmental architecture. That's my fancy way of saying the way they designed the area. Tell me if the music's a bit loud. I don't know. Pokemon's always a bit louder than most of the other games I play, with some exceptions. But yeah. Hopefully, when I'm talking, the music does go down in volume. And that's kind of... I mean, I made it that way. But I hope that's doing enough of a job in keeping the music volume at a reasonable, reasonable level. There you go. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Let's Poison Fang. Hopefully we get poison. This is a little bit in the way. Sorry. It looks like I want to lower it just a little bit, but I'm not really sure. It looks that way. Obviously I can't hear it. They didn't use Heal Pulse. That's unfortunate. That's all I could tell. Okay, yeah, you got your Berry. Use Heal Pulse, please. Yay. What's up, Icy Chest? Now we don't have to go get restored necessarily. Yeah, let's just hit them with a Swift. Just to cap things off. How was your day, Feisty Chess? Oh, wow, Dio grew quite a bit. Oh yeah, Dio was on like level 18 when we started. So yeah, good growth. Reminds me of Country Roads or something. It's not really much of a bop, but it's definitely a nice, enjoyable little theme. And I really like the gimmick where the... Gimmick's not a very positive word, but I really like the feature where the music comes in as you speak to more musicians. Like, it fills out the tracks. I like that. Yeah, I'm just going to turn down the music a touch. Hello, Catherine. Welcome back. It's still quite loud. That's fine. I finally made it. Yes, indeed. And it's to the series you're the least invested in. So, yeah. Just goes to show. I don't know what it goes to show, but it goes to show. If you do plan on... Ooh, Ominous Wind. Hell yeah. If you do plan on muting the stream, please don't do it using the Twitch button. Rather mute the tab or something, because then I still get the view. Disable's okay. Ominous Wind is really quite good. But it doesn't have a lot of hits. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of power points. Maybe Nightshade. Nightshade... Okay, Nightshade's interesting because you can always predict exactly how much damage it'll do, but it's only good if you have a very high level. Because it inflicts exactly the amount of damage according to the user's level. So if it's level 100, it'll do 100 points of damage. And that's not like it'll have a base power of 100. It'll literally take down 100 points, which can be good, but we're realistically not going to get much further than 50. 50 is good, but I don't see this coming in handy for a while. In fact, we can drop it for now. And if I ever need it again, I can just remind the Pokemon of it. Dio. Dio? Yeah. Oh, there we go. So yeah, this is just my plan for the day. Talk and attack these. Oh! Got a Azumarill instead of Ordino. That's cool. Here's a fun story. Azumarill was like one of my aces when I was playing my first Pokemon game, which is Pokemon Pearl. What are we gonna do? I guess Fly is pretty safe. Poison Fang. You get Poison Fang, get Poison, then Fly. Wasn't meant to be. Now here's the thing, Azumarill can hit pretty hard. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I'm gonna Fly. Because Azumarill can get the ability called Huge Power, which just, it does exactly what it sounds like it does. It makes the Pokemon really strong. A really high attack stat. I think it's just attack, it might be physical attack that goes up specifically. Well, I don't know, that kind of means that... Okay, that's good. Aqua Ring is such a bad move. Swift won't miss, and that's kind of what I need. Got a little bit nervous with Double Edge there, but it's fine. That was a cool battle. But yeah, I had a really suboptimal team when I was playing my first Pokemon game, Pearl, as a reminder. Because I had... Sometimes the directional button just doesn't do what I want it to. Yeah, anyway. Maybe if I clean this a little bit, this controller out a little bit. But, I had 3 water types. 2 of which were pure water types, I believe. Might have been... Is Azumarill normal water? No, I think it's pure water. So yeah. Half my team had vulnerabilities to, electric, grass, and that's it. I believe, yeah. But yeah, it wasn't the best type coverage. So it really played kind of more like the actual Pokemon anime, where the trainers just... What was that? Okay. Where the trainers just use whatever Pokemon I don't really think too hard. And you know, when you're growing up as a kid and you're... This could be bad. Nope. Okay. Nope. When you're growing up and you're playing Pokemon after watching the show, that's kind of what you want, isn't it? There are some things that you don't get when you do that, which is sad. Like, you don't really get to learn about type advantage properly, and you don't get a good idea of what actually makes a Pokemon good. But on the more disappointing side, you don't get, well, something that doesn't happen in the games but does happen in the show is the Pokemon evolve mid-battle. And I really, really, really think that would make the games a lot cooler. But they've never implemented it for some reason. I can't imagine why. Because it seems pretty easy to implement. Because it's kind of just like, because you can level up midway through a battle. And your stats go up and everything, so I don't see why evolution would be much different. Sure, maybe, yeah, but you even can change movesets during a battle as well, so I was gonna say maybe you can learn a new move, and that's a problem, but it's not. They've proven that it's not. Poison Fang. Dunsparce, I believe, is a normal type. Watching Chugga Conroy's recent playthrough, or currently watching his playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has really made me want to play it again. And I might even stream it, if I figure out a way to do that. I don't currently have a capture method, but I could figure something out. It really depends how much I'm willing to invest as well. And I can only justify that if I have a large enough viewer base. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy with where I am, but I can't justify putting money into it or expanding it that much more than what it currently is if I don't have more viewers. That's just the, I suppose, utilitarian view of it. Or pragmatic view even, not even utilitarianism. We don't have to get into philosophies there. We can just do it by thinking. That's just logical. Yeah. Hope everyone's had a good day. Oh, there's a shake. For me, it was okay. It wasn't great. I've just... I think I've run out of energy for the year. Just feels that way. And I need to find my energy quickly. I need to refresh my brain so I can get back to it. Otherwise, I'm gonna suffer for it. It's gonna be like matric finals all over again. My matric finals weren't bad, but they were worse than what I wanted because I really didn't put in the work. I was burnt out at that point. Fly. I mean, I still got into university, and I still got into the degree I wanted, but I don't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel like I'd achieved how much I could have. That's more important to me, frankly. Yeah, so to answer that question, I kind of have been answering the question of how has my day been, but it's been okay. I wish I just had more energy at the moment. That's really what it is. I wish I had better breaks throughout the year leading up to this. I wish there were more structure, but hey, we've all been dealing with that. It's just important that it's not the end of the world to us. Oh, okay, you left for a second. Yeah, it's been okay. You're way too hard on yourself. You always say that, but hey. You're not wrong, and I'm working on improving that, but it's just one of those things. One of those things where, ooh, I'm actually really happy I dodged that because I think the effect would have been, wow, the effect would have been sleep. It's one of those things where it bugs me and I can't shake it off really so easily. That's because it's true. Yeah. You are mostly right for the, I mean, when I say mostly right, I mean you're usually right. That I just misspoke. I've also been misspeaking a lot more recently, and I think that's a result of me not having people to talk to, because when I don't talk to people, then I just fall into the way my thoughts are structured rather than the actual language, rather than actual English. And you don't actually, if you think about it, you don't have to think in your native language. What I've heard is that when people learn a new language and they go really in on learning it, oh no! And they go like way in on learning a new language. A couple months into that, you start having dreams in that language that you're learning. And that just proves that your brain is capable of doing whatever it wants. And part of that really, to me, is that you're not fixed to thinking in a specific language. In fact, you're not even fixed to thinking in any language. Thinking in words will slow you down. But when, I mean, I do it, I'm acting as if it's bad for you. It's not. I'm just saying, you can actually, wow. You can get used to, I don't know, solving problems faster, or even reading, if you're less fixated on audiating every single thought you have. Fixated? I'm throwing around words. Fixated isn't the correct word at all. If you're not used to it. If you're used to it. I don't know. I can't even remember the original sentence now. But for someone like me, I think about every word that I'm about to say, essentially, as I'm saying it, which is sometimes why I'll take pauses mid-sentence because I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to phrase things. And I don't want to say something that I don't mean. And I don't want to say something that is offensive as well. I try to watch my words a lot and hold my tongue if I need to. But sometimes, when I've not been around people for such a long time, it's quite difficult to, well, you know, more than a few people, rather. Not like I haven't been around anyone. But you get sloppy with that. Oh, there we go. There's a shake shake. And for me, a lot of the way I construct sentences in my head is quite jumbled. So when I try to speak, it's not very smooth. And when I'm actually regularly hanging around people and talking to friends, I mean, that sorts itself out. It's just practice and habits even. But now I've kind of retrograded that. Is that the verb? Yeah, I think so. Devolved. Dulled. That is a good word. It brings up certain... It evokes certain image... Okay, here's the thing. Invoke and evoke is a common malapropism, which means that the words often get mistaken for each other, or misspoken for each other. But there are really ambiguous cases to me for when it should be... Ooh, curse. No. Like, curse is a great move on a ghost type, not for a Nuzlocke. It cuts your health in half. This is specifically for ghost types, because if a non-ghost type uses curse, it has a different effect. But for ghost types, it'll cut the user's health in half, but it'll put a curse on the opponent that takes away a quarter of their health every turn. So it's actually great for kamikaze Pokemon, but not in a Nuzlocke. Just a reminder that that means that we pretend our Pokemon are dead every time they faint. So we can't ever let our Pokemon faint, which means their health hits 0. So taking away half our health doesn't seem like a very good idea. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, invoke and evoke. So you evoke a reaction, and you invoke by sort of making reference to something and getting the power from that. Like, the only example I can think of is when you're invoking gods during like a ceremony or a religious gathering or something. But when you're speaking more metaphorically and broadly, invoke becomes a little bit confusing with evoke, because you're trying to... Are you trying to evoke an emotion, or are you trying to invoke an image, or are you trying to have evocative imagery? It's one of those things, and it's even tougher to talk about when I have music in my ears and I'm trying to play Pokemon. So yeah, I'm probably not even speaking as well as I would on the subject as I would normally. This is why, as someone who writes a lot anyway, and talks quite a lot when he's given the opportunity, I still look up... Oh my goodness, that was shaking and then it didn't. Anyway, I still look up words to make 100% sure I'm using them correctly, or if there's a finer meaning that I'm ignoring. Hey, at least we're about to level up. Also spelling. I've been struggling with spelling recently. Not so much actually making spelling mistakes, but not being sure about my spelling. Not being confident. And what makes it worse is that I'm much more used to reading typed text than my own handwriting. So when I write a word, handwrite a word, and I look at it, I'm not sure, like I can't exactly compare it to what I think would be in my head with the correct spelling, because my handwriting is atrocious and looks nothing like typed font. Incredible thoughts from my incredible mind. That's what this whole stream is. That's an ironic song, by the way. It's by Lonely Island featuring Michael Bolton, and it appears in their movie Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stoppin'. Very funny film. Not very appropriate, though. Come on. Some shakes. Shakes. I need to get the shake so I can break the series by not having any more losses, and then beating the game, and then we can take a break from the game forever, perhaps. Or maybe I'll play it on my DS someday again. Oh, really? Nothing, hey? Interesting. Does anyone have any questions or statements they'd like to share while we're waiting? Ah, Survivor. Interesting. There are a lot of snake Pokemon. The most prominent or most well known, I suppose, is Ekans, which is snake backwards. They had very, very unoriginal names back then when they made the first 151. Like they named the Pokemon Mew because it looked like a cat, and cats mew. Okay, we're almost at level 50. Yay, and Dio's growing. And then they had a clone of that Pokemon, so they just named it Mewtwo. Ain't that crazy? And then when they had the Pokemon Muck, no, I'm just kidding. Please don't think about that too much. That really was a mistake, though. The fact that they had Ekans and Rotom is one. Rotom is a ghost and electric type Pokemon that can inhabit electronics, and its name is just Motor backwards. So when they have that fairly common naming convention, it's probably a good idea not to name a Pokemon Muck, but they did. Oh, there we go. So that's on them. It's another Dunsparce. Not as many Ordinos today, it seems. I'd like more Ordinos because they give a lot of experience. Coil. You know, Smalland, I was about to say Smalland 1, that's not his username anymore, it's Smalland. It's just Smalland. I wonder if Dig will happen first. Nope, okay. He does really interesting Pokemon challenges. Really? I didn't have to take this damage. Although I am going back to the healer anyway, because my power points are running a little bit low. But he does really interesting Pokemon challenges that are really, really difficult. Like, I think at the moment he's doing Pokemon Shiny only. And it's Pokemon Heart Gold, I think. Shiny only. Which, by the way, Shiny Pokemon are just a Pokemon that has a very, very rare change in colors. I don't have any examples on hand, but there are some really cool ones, and they have a like 1 in 4,000 chance of showing up regularly per encounter or something. So he's had to do a lot of tough stuff with that. If the only Pokemon he can use are the shiny ones that he catches. Quite slow going, I believe. Or I don't think he's just I don't think he's catching that many. As soon as he has like 2, I think he just levels them way up. I need to get some water. Just give me 1 second. Where's that cool little button that I have? Where is it? Aha, here it is. I'll be back in just a second. I am right back. Where is it? Here. I'm back. Just had to get some water. Usually I bring, but I forgot to this time, so sorry about that. But I also made that graphic a long time ago, and I don't really get to use it that often, so I'm not that regretful. Oh yeah, it's an Azumarill. Okay, that's Poison Fang. Nope, no poison. Oh well, that's the way it goes. I'm back in my original position. Basically, I do orient the microphone towards my speaking hole when I start the stream. There is kind of a problem if I start going over here, because then it's not really going to pick it up the same way. I did change my voice when I did that, so that wasn't a very good demonstration. But if I'm speaking here, then I'm speaking here. It's a little bit different, as you can see, even though I'm just on the other side of the microphone. That was a bit of an extreme example, because this type of microphone, which is a cardioid microphone, cardioid describing the shape of the recording field. Oh, there we go. Because it's like a heart. Means that, oh yes. Means that at the very back is where it picks up the least amount of noise. Or sound. Doesn't have to be just noise. No, thank you. Pure Pulse just heals me. It's so nice. Ordinal is just such a great grinding Pokemon. I already mentioned this last stream. So it's very nice that the developers put Ordinal in the game. This could take Ordinal out. Yep, there we go. Stay hydrated, everyone. Level 31. Growing fast. I think... I don't remember what level Yamask evolves. I want to say it's 42 or something like that. Okay, it's confusing because they changed it in Sword and Shield, because they gave Yamask another form. So I can't remember it actually too clearly. It could be 42, it could be 54, it could be anywhere. It could be 32, who knows. Could look it up. In fact, let me just give it a quick search. Actually, let me not. It'll be fun and surprising. We're gonna be here a while, so I don't mind. Some people might call me cheap for just trying to get my Pokemon way over leveled. I don't care. That's my official response. I've put a lot of hours. How many hours have we put into this game? We've put 41 hours into this game. No point not saving. Yeah, so I think I've considering my time investment and emotional investment that got betrayed when my Pokemon lost, I'm 100% in my rights to just do whatever I want. So yeah. Should I quickly put on a Discord channel that I'm live? Maybe. Let me do that. Just because I can. Why wouldn't I? I don't go on there too often to self-promote. Let me do this. And then it's... I do know my channel's URL off by heart. I don't know if that makes me a shill, or a sellout, or just really devoted, but yeah. There we go. I don't know if that'll bring in any new viewers, but it's worth a try. I mean, maybe some people will like the Pokemon content. And I just have more people to talk to, and then I can get free therapy. Just talking to a screen? I don't know. Probably not a good idea to think of this as therapy, because then I'll think I've actually got help when I haven't. When in fact I may, when in fact I may actually need therapy. I hear from a lot of people that everyone should get therapy, regardless of if they think they're mentally healthy or not, unless they're like really happy. Yeah, but it's been a tough year for everyone. So, yeah. How's the studying going? Yeah. In some places not too bad, in some places not too great, let's put it that way. Maths has been kind of down the drain. I've just been studying for the tests and that's it. And you should never study to be tested. It's like the worst way to learn stuff. Because, what's the, okay, there's an actual word for it. I think it's Zeignaric. It's from a German, psychiatrist. I think it's Zeignaric. Zeignaric effect, is that it? Zeigarnik effect. Had a bit of a spoonerism. It's the Zeigarnik effect, and what that basically describes is when you open your brain up to information that only has timed relevancy. For example, waiters who have to remember an order until they deliver the food. Then your brain will happily remember it until that event's over, and then it'll discard it forever. And that's what learning for a test will do to you. And that's why you, if you're actually wanting to learn stuff, that's why you don't study for tests. No, wait, I misphrased that. Don't study to be tested. That's how I should say. That's how I should say it. What am I doing here? Am I gonna acrobatics? Am I gonna fly? Let's try acrobatics. See how strong it is when we're this many levels above and holding an item. Wow. Okay, but at least poison will take him out. So it's fine. Oh, did we actually get a new viewer from me posting on that Discord server? I doubted it would happen, but maybe it happened. Maybe it happened. Maybe it was worth it. Who knows? It's better to just do it than... I don't do it too often, so I don't feel too bad about doing it. I don't think I do it too often. I definitely don't do it too often relative to how often I go live, which is every single day. Unless I'm not feeling like it. But that happens less often than not. I've never looked at it like that. Yeah. That's some actual science behind it. Yeah. So I'm kind of not practicing what I preach. But that's why I don't like studying to be tested, or studying specifically for a test, but it's what inevitably ends up happening. Or has been happening recently. I don't know. I could actually get into a huge, long argument about why asynchronous remote learning is far more difficult, but far more rewarding than on-campus learning. Ooh, there we go. And there's actual science to support that. I don't know if anyone wants to hear me talk about it though. It talks about the different states that your brain enters when it's learning or when it's doing anything throughout the day. That includes gamma, beta, alpha, beta, and delta waves. And that describes the kind of the ways it's sending information across neurons. And the way in which it's doing that will affect how you're performing, how you're learning, and how much energy you have and whatnot. Other factors as well. Coil is a pretty good move, by the way. Raises accuracy, defense, and attack. It's good. If you use dig here, that's going to be a bit of an oof. Double edge, that's pretty good. Yeah, let me talk about it for a second, because it's kind of interesting. It's interesting to me. So when you're doing something that's relatively relaxed, and you're just absorbing information. I miss being on campus. I also do. I especially miss the libraries. But no, that's okay. I especially miss the libraries and talking to my friends. John, I don't miss paying for on-campus food. Like, it was pretty cheap for what it was, but when you buy it every day, it's kind of it adds up. And I tried not to buy it every day, but oh my goodness, the coffee. There were some fantastic coffee stalls on campus. I couldn't help it. But so when you're doing something that's relatively relaxing, or you're in a relaxed sense of mind, and you're just passively absorbing information. When I say passively, I mean someone says it and it goes into your brain. You don't internalize it necessarily, but you hear it and it goes into your brain. That's what's called an alpha state. And it's the most susceptible to learning easily. So when you're studying, you're usually in an alpha state. And you put on like some calming music. Music does have an effect on your brain state. Who would have figured? Most people, I think. Most people can say they're in a different mood when they're listening to different music. I certainly can. Was there a shake? Nope. But when you enter an alpha state, that's like the appropriate one to be revising information on, not necessarily learning it for the first time, but definitely solidifying information. But here's the thing. When you're on campus and you're sitting in a lecture hall and someone's lecturing you, you enter that alpha state regardless. Some people even enter delta state, which means you're actually asleep. That is what it's actually called when you have delta waves. That's being asleep. But you enter that alpha state more often than not when you're in a lecture hall. So even though it's not the best one to be learning information for the first time with, it's the one that's there. And that's why it doesn't feel like it takes that much energy to sit in a lecture hall. Yes, but this is part of that, Catherine. So, I don't know, I'm just walking in between lectures. Well, actually, I kind of missed that because that was exercise for me. That was my exercise for the day. I would easily clock 10 kilometers in. And that's not even an overstatement. That is accurate. I have records that show that that's what happened. But anyway, when you're in a lecture hall, you get that alpha state. But when you're watching a video that you've actively sought out and you want to take notes on it, that's more of a beta state. And the beta state is when you're more focused, when you're more sensitive to things happening around you, like you're more attentive, but it's also way more exhausting and it's way more stressful. And there's a time and place for it. Less of your day should be taken up with beta state than alpha state, by far. Yeah. What was I saying? So sometimes when you're sitting in a lecture and you're taking notes and you're being really attentive, yes, that's good. You're in a beta state and you're absorbing the information better. But you don't do that throughout the entire thing. When you're sent a video, you're expected to kind of go all in or not watch it at all. That's what your brain expects. And that's what I've found informs its behavior, is that decision. You're saying either I'm going to listen to every sentence and take a note, or I'm not going to pay attention at all. That's what it ultimately comes down to. And when you do that for long enough, or you have that mindset for long enough, and it's solidified, because it has been by some of the lectures, I'd reckon, especially the ones that haven't benefited from videos, then it becomes harder for you to make that decision to go and watch that, because it's like the returns don't seem to match the efforts. Because you feel more exhausted. It seems like a lot of energy to do very little. Opposed to... It's also a thing where you have to make a decision, and that's also tiring. You can only make so many good decisions in a day. There's some science behind that as well. Sorry, there we go. So when you don't have to make that decision to basically meet an appointment, which is just going to the lecture hall, first of all, you save energy not making a decision. Also think that physical energy comes a lot easier than mental energy. I don't know that for certain, but I feel that way. Definitely. But that's besides the point. So when you are scheduled to go somewhere, it's much easier to go there because, you know, you're not making a decision. Now, you have to say, okay, I'm going to allocate this time. That's a decision. Now, okay, the time is here, or it's 10 minutes towards that time. I should close things that I'm already doing. That's another decision. Okay, now I'm in that time slot. Let me go find it. Now I have to do the mental exercise of finding it, and my goodness, that becomes mental exercise. If I've ever seen it. So many websites. Then you have to make a conscious decision. Okay, I'm gonna watch it now, and I'm gonna take notes, and I'm gonna listen, and all of that. And it's all becoming quite a bit more work than a normal lecture would have been. But if you're able to keep that up consistently, you get a lot more of the benefits than just going to lectures. Here's the thing though, it's very infeasible in these conditions to do that, really. 100% of the time? For like 8 months? I doubt. I doubt it. I doubt anyone could really do that. Then you have to... I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Oh! That's interesting. Usually we get the steep effect with that, but maybe it's only a chance? What was this thing? Oh yes. And then you also have to manage your sleep schedule, and all these things that become much easier to ignore. Getting up early. Ooh, power split. No wait, that's not the good one. A power split divides the attack between the two. Okay, the user employs its like power to average its attack and special attacks with those of the targets. I'm trying to remember if that actually affects the target. You see, that could be good. I'm just trying to remember how that works, if it actually affects the target or if it only affects your own stats. And it probably changes between generations, so I have to look that up. So give me a second. But I hope this has provided a little bit of information. I think I've been accurate with all of that. Look it up. If you find something that goes against what I've said, then let me know, because then I'm learning as well. But I believe that's what happens. Okay, but description. Does it affect the other Pokemon? What does it do? It is affected by Protect. Okay. So in other generations, that means nothing. Let me read the effect more closely. Averages the user's attack and special attack stats with those of the target. But it says it always hits. So, I don't know. I'm not sure. If it's good, we can always come back to it. I think I have enough heart scales for that. It's fine. Oh, guard split as well. Guard split is the same thing, but for defensive stats. Yeah, give up on guard split. Does that mean... Let me just check something. I'm just checking Yamask's evolution thing. I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm just worried that I might have missed it there. Evolution. Okay, yes. I don't need just its learn set. I need the actual Pokemon. Oh! Oh, we might as well just keep going then. Still not a guard order. Power split works though. I'll have to ask a friend on that one. Let's continue. It's in our best interests to keep leveling up, that's all I'm gonna say. I think that's a given anyway, so it doesn't really make itself much of a spoiler. So I think one of the tricks to improving your learning and improving your activity or productivity is being aware of how you're feeling about things and why you're feeling that way. So if you don't want to do work at that moment, why is it? Is it because you're tired? Is it because you're sick? Is it because you've done work all week? And you have to be honest with yourself in justifying the reasoning. But it is still easy to make excuses. And me, I'll write a lot of things off as just excuses when I probably shouldn't. I should probably be a little bit more sensitive with myself, or at least more compassionate with myself. Oh, that actually would have been fine. For those who don't know, False Swipe will never be able to kill a Pokemon. It will leave them with, at minimum, 1 HP. So, like, if you're saying, I'm not working because I just want to finish this episode, that's not a good excuse. I think we can agree that's not a very good excuse. Your investment in a fictional universe that will always be there for you later. Wow, missing everywhere. I'm pretty sure Fly has a 90% accuracy, so I have terrible luck today. And I got hit with a crit. Let's just Swift, because I won't miss. Versus, so your investment in a fictional universe versus your investment in yourself and your own future. Yeah, that's a pretty easy call to make. That said, if it's something like, my goodness, I don't have any energy, and it feels like my whole brain is swamped, then you have to go further and think, well, why? Why am I swamped? Is it because I haven't given myself a break in the last month? If yes, then break. Aha, coding joke. You know, yeah, it's a lot of that. And, oh my goodness, I'm so quick to say that oh, Soak, this is a strategy I was trying on the... Sorry, I actually figured it would be a good idea for you to see the effect there. This was a strategy I had going into the Dragon Gym, was using Soak on like every Pokemon, and then using my Grass type to try to beat them. What stopped that was A, losing, and B, the fact that a lot of the Pokemon still had stuff, well, still had moves that could take out my Grass type Pokemon, which is what I was using to beat them when they turned into Water type. So yeah, it was a good plan, but it had too many flaws, and ultimately I lost, so. Well, ultimately it didn't work. Yeah. Anyway, I'm quick to say that, you know, all these things. And then I'll say that I haven't actually been performing as well as I should, because I'm not listening to that. But here's the thing, I'm not doing badly. And I always forget that. I just feel like I'm doing badly, because I feel like I'm doing all these shortcuts and not really investing myself. But I'm doing alright. I stress myself out a lot unnecessarily, that's for sure. The truth is, I could probably not do anything for the next couple months and I would pass, given how they've changed the mark allocations. I would pass the year if I just stopped studying for the rest of the year, because I have that many marks in the bank. But I wouldn't pass well, that's for one thing, and I'm certainly not going to do that. That's just not how I do things. I don't put my name on something unless I'm proud of it, and that's what stops me from finishing a lot of stuff as well, and also doing some things. And probably also part of what makes me discouraged about some things. But that's my battle to get over. Being less obsessed with that. Some people will say, oh, you're a perfectionist. I see, I get it. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm very happy with there being blemishes and mistakes. I qualify myself as someone who just strives for excellence. Yeah, that sounds pretentious, but it's the distinction I like to make. I don't care about perfection, I just care about it being good. And my description of good has been informed by my years of academic success and poor habit reinforcement. Because, I don't know, I think really early on I learned how to game the system with studying and marks and stuff, and that just made my decisions. Oh my god, Josh, go and see a therapist. Yeah, exactly. And that just made my learning decisions not the most prophylactic, but perhaps the most efficient. I don't know. I'm not happy with some of the habits that I have stored up from the years for this year. And also, look at that, Yamask is evolving. No offense or anything. No, I get it. I definitely am one to agree that I need therapy. Or should get it. I don't like the misuse of the word need. But anyway, this is a pretty cool evolution. So he turns from a mask into a sarcophagus. So he's Cophagrigus. I really liked this Pokemon when he came out. I really liked this Pokemon. There, I double emphasized. Scary Face is an okay move. I don't think Cophagrigus has fostered all, so I don't really want to. I'm just gonna, for now, what do we actually have? I've forgotten. Sable, Will-O-Wisp, Hex, Ominous Wind. Yeah, look at that little sprite. You can see it in the top corner by his name on the bottom screen. That's really funny to me. He looks so excited. Need is correct. Okay. Hex and Will-O-Wisp I've proven before are really good together. Completely and 100%. Yes, 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 I get it, I get it. No need to hammer it in that much. Disable can be good. Can be very good. Don't really want to rely on it. It also requires that the Pokemon has already used that attack. And I mean, if I'm comfortable getting hit by it once, then I should be comfortable getting hit by it more than once. Speed is good. I don't know, I can always get it back. Yeah, I'll look up some good ones. Josh, I have to leave a bit early today. I need to take care of something. No worries, no worries. Hope you have a good time and I hope you take care of that thing. Have a good time. Let's just go heal up because yeah, it's weird. Now the game's like a little bit sluggish. Just because we got that evolution. We can look at. As always, thanks for the good stream. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching and for saying it's a good stream. So, whew, that's a high defense stat. That will probably be quite good going into the battles. But yeah, speed very low. So, oh yeah, huh, interesting. Contact with this Pokemon spreads this ability. Oh yeah, Mummy's an interesting ability. Yeah, I shouldn't have deleted anything. Take care. Sounds like I'm gonna kill someone. I mean, hey. I won't say anything. Did I wink with both eyes? I sometimes do that because I can't decide which eye to wink with. Okay. What's a good moveset for Cophagrigus? I don't actually know. I'll look that up between streams and then look for a way to bring it into play. I think I need to get into another battle because now the game's just running at like half the frames per second. So 15-ish. Oh. I don't really know why. It's just kind of barely there, but I don't know why it's happening. Let's just fly. I'm not using any more CPU, am I? I don't know why I would. Oh, that seems pretty bad. Something like that, I swear. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Oh, wait, I'm actually on camera. Maybe I shouldn't wink. Huh. Ain't that interesting. Oh, there we go. It's back to running much better, I think. Looks like it to me. 10 more levels. That's kind of the plan that I have in my head now. to get our Pokemon 10 further levels, and then I think we'll be safe. In my opinion, we'll be safe for the next gym. Why is the game running a little bit sluggishly? I wonder. I indeed wonder. Is there something happening in the background that I'm not aware of? Perhaps. Poison Fang should do quite a bit, considering we're like 24 levels above this Pokemon. Yeah, this won't do much at all. Nice double edge, dude. I'm just gonna Swift. I wonder how much a base Swift will do. Just a normal Swift. I don't really have any indication for that. Dior. Where are you, Ordino? Just appear before me. I was about to start singing. It's quite a. It would be a late stream song. It indeed would. But I couldn't think of any appropriate lyrics. With a Pokemon glare and a something down. I try this move and teach it. Yeah. Your team will collapse. And now there's nothing in it, cause this is a Nuzlocke. Where is Ordino? I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea. These lyrics that I'm coming up with on the fly are not matching up at all with the rhythm of the original. I might as well have just sung the original. Yes. That was all the correct tense, I promise. Don't think about it for too long. Oh, there we go. Here is my Pokemon. Here is my Mon. Now it just sounds like I'm making a Rastafarian version of it. Not the bestest. I have to go and have dinner. Wow, weird flex, but okay. Enjoy your dinner. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Poison Fang. Thank you for showing up at least. With your feet in the air and your head on the ground. Then try this trick and spin it. Yeah. Your head'll collapse and there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself. It's the remix. I'm singing over completely wrong harmonies for the melody. I don't know. Sometimes I've got to drink some water between my sentences. Or actually midway through my sentences. That looked like a lot of experience. Was that 1,600 or 16,000? I think it was 1,600. 16,000 sounds very unrealistic. Yeah, I don't know why I drink water between words in my sentence. Sometimes between letters in my words. Like... Sometimes I'll just do that. But, yeah, I don't know, sometimes my voice is just in a place where it'll sound a lot better than normal. And I don't know if you can hear this, but my nose has finally stopped being congested for the month. For the season, hopefully. Don't want to jinx it, but I'm finally back to my normal voice and not sounding so sickly. And it was because the pollen in the air has finally started to dissipate. So I've missed being able to sing M's and N's and a lot of other vowel, well, those are consonants, but other vowels, normal sounds. So I'm just enjoying it again. Maybe I should open up a song request thing, but it'll all be terrible. It'll all be terrible songs. No, not so much songs, but performances of those songs. I'm sure all your music is great, guys. Probably. I don't know, I try not to be too much of an elitist with my music, but it's something about which I'm very passionate, so I end up coming off as a little bit of a dick when I talk about it. When I talk about music that I like, ooh, yes, and music that other people listen to, because I'm really behind as well. It's my old soul coming through again, where I listen to really old music, and I'm still catching up on really old music, and something new comes out, and people are jamming to it, and I'm like, this sounds so awful to me right now. But maybe it's just because I'm not in the right decade yet. Do you know what's a band I don't talk about often enough? Jimmy Eat World. Such a good band. Ah, yes. Please don't clip that. I feel like that could be taken out of context. Some really good Jimmy Eat World songs. Everything off Clarity is fantastic. Clarity was the album they released before Bleed American, which was... How am I doing for... well, I mean, this is an appropriate place to end for the day anyway, so let me just heal up, and then we'll end the stream there. But... Oh, missed the bridge. So... Bleed American is probably the album with their biggest hits, I'm pretty sure. It has the middle, which is the song that goes... Hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head. It's only in your head if you feel left out or looked down on. It just takes some time, little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything. That's the most famous song from Bleed American, but the album that came before Bleed American is superior in my opinion. I just had to get that thought out before we went too far over time, because that's where we're going to end it for the day. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This has been another episode of me just talking for a very long time while grinding Pokemon up. We actually got some pretty good stuff done. I mean, if you look, we went from level 47, I think, to level 51. And we got Dio up to level 35, and he's now a Cofagrigus. That's pretty cool. It's looking pretty good for our future. In fact, we could probably go challenge the gym now, but I'm not going to do that because I just want to have a nice, seamless journey to the end of the game. So we're going to get that Crobat up to level 60. We're going to try to get getting our other Pokemon also to a relatively high level, like 45. And then we're just going to cruise, I think. Those are going to be the next couple streams. Thanks so much. Hopefully you tune in tomorrow for more of this. And Saturday will be Dicey Dungeons. Sunday we'll be back to Disco Elysium, which I'm really excited to play again. I've actually been enjoying it quite a bit. If you're not following, please follow, but I'm pretty sure that everyone who's watching me at this point is. So thank you again, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Goodbye.